do I even need SEO, and why do I even need, this whole organic search marketing thing? It is a fair question because it's a long-term investment, and it's normal for people to ask whether this is worth it or not. Let me quickly cite some statistics. The first thing you'll notice is 70% of B2B buyers, we are going to look only at B2B now, 70% do some form of research before buying. So 70% either go search on Google or search on AI. Could be their favorite LLMs. Like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. You ask it, they're searching for it there. Yeah. So this means if you happen to run or work in a B2B business, and if your goals are to get more pipeline, get more qualified traffic, and increase the number of MQLs, marketing qualified leads you get, this should be one of your priorities. Getting yourself mentioned whenever someone searches for whatever you offer. Could be a product or could be a service. Whatever you offer, you should show up whenever they are searching for it on Google or AI, whatever it is, right? 70%. Also note that B2B buyers on average consume at least 11 pieces of content before making a purchase. Now, this can come at multiple areas. This can be your blogs, your competitors' blogs, could be social media, could be Reddit, could be maybe your ads, maybe YouTube, you name it. It could be anything. What I mean by this is if you cover a massive base, so you're making blogs, you're optimizing your site for the crawlers, the bots to get yourself ranked more. You're creating YouTube content, you're creating social media content, you're creating Reddit posts, Medium posts, newsletters, and everything. All of this combined, 11 pieces of content. One of the easiest ways to make sure that they find you first is by doing two things. First, be there when they hang out. So it could be social media, could be relevant industry forums, could be Reddit also. A lot of audiences right now hang out on Reddit, but you get the idea, right? Be there where they hang out. Second statistic is, if you look at 76% of AI mentions, the cool AI overviews or getting cited on Perplexity, getting cited on ChatGPT, 76% of that is all pulled by the top 10 ranking pages, right? If you rank on the top 10, you are likely to be cited by AI. You don't have to do any magic tricks. You don't have to, do some programmatic thing on your site. Just show up on top 10. And you don't even have to show up for 100 keywords. By just showing up on top 10 for even just like 3 or 4 keywords. It's good. So 76%. So showing up on top 10 means doing SEO. Just another reason for you to think about this. Third is that you are 20 times more likely to be seen by someone organically than paid ads. Because when you look at paid ads, you are not shown every single time, right? There is something called bidding, there's something called positions, and sometimes you're shown on number 1, sometimes you're shown on number 15 on the second page, sometimes you're not even shown at all for some keyword. But if you optimize your site, if you keep producing more and more content regularly, it doesn't matter on how expensive the bidding is. It doesn't matter how competitive the ads are. It doesn't matter if you increase or decrease your ad budget. If you get to the front page, you are likely to stay there for quite a while unless someone produces content exceptionally better than you, or the algorithm just decides to punish you, maybe because of bad content, or maybe because that your site technicals are not set up right, or maybe you get hacked or something, which doesn't happen quite often. If you get to the top 10, it means that Google already likes you and you're probably going to stay there for a while. So 3 of these quite important statistics to keep in mind. Now, If you've stayed till here, I think you might be convinced that you should be doing SEO, something around this. Now, what I would advise is you follow what I say next. These are some easy steps I can advise you to do. Well, the very first part is understanding who your audience is. First thing is find out who uses and who buys your product or service. So if you take a SaaS company, for example, they'd have a user persona and a decision maker persona. So you identify who fits in these buckets, and you create blog content for both. You create content for both of these guys. So you want to make sure you capture users as well as capture decision makers. A good example I can give you is HubSpot's marketing. They've done an amazing job at making sure that both the salesperson who uses the CRM as well as the CRO or the CMO who buys the CRM are convinced. That's number one. Number two also covers that. Create content. How do you even create content? Well, I'm going to keep it really simple. Figure out a keyword. One of the best types of keywords for pipeline in terms of B2B are three keyword types. Number one would be best, followed by the keyword. For example, if you sell a CRM tool, it could be best CRM for industry. That's there. Second would be competitor alternatives. So if you're HubSpot, you make content on Salesforce alternatives, Zoho CRM alternatives, Pipedrive alternatives, and so on. And third would be daily workflow FAQs. Take whatever struggling moments your users and your decision makers have and answer these questions in your blogs. Do these three consistently and follow my system below, where you study gaps in the top ranking content. Now, Ahrefs has an amazing video for this. I'm linking that in the comments. And for the keywords here, Sam Dunning, an SEO expert here, helped me figure this out. These three keyword types are really amazing. I'm also tagging him in the comments just so that he gets the credit for that. So figure out your keyword types, study gaps, follow the Ahrefs video I've attached. Fourth is the most important part, the copy. In marketing, we have something called copy is king. Well, in SEO, again, copy is king. So write copy that directly talks to the user or the reader, makes them say yes, take action. That's what we say, direct response. You ask a question, you talk about a problem, and you ask them to take some action down the line. Make sure you follow a proven structure like problem, agitate, solve, or attention, interest, desire, action. Make sure you write it in a non-creepy, non-salesy way. Make sure you don't sound like a scam. You don't exaggerate your claims. You don't try to push your offer down their throats. Don't do that. Avoid AI slop. I don't have to stress this more. None of these Google bots, none of these LLMs like it when you produce AI slop. It takes you maybe 20 minutes to review blogs, but please just go do it. Just make sure you're not publishing slop. So you do all this. Just do this twice a week. See how it performs. I'm sure it should do good. So as you do this, make sure you post content linking to your site. Could be your blogs, could be your homepage or whatever. Make sure you do this on your social media, and make sure you also use blogging platforms, open blogging platforms like Medium, Quora. I like Medium. People say Reddit. Do know that if you use Reddit to promote, you're going to be penalized, because I've seen those only go south. Either way, follow these steps. Finally, the most important part, backlinks. I cannot stress the importance of this. Figure out every single B2B and industry site that's relevant to you. You can ask AI, you can ask Claude, you can ask ChatGPT. It's going to give you a good result. Make sure you get listed in every single one of these. Whatever's relevant, don't go list yourself in some random scam site. It's a random Chinese scam site. Don't do that. Get listed somewhere which is relevant to you, where your audience hangs out. Or if a directory has over 30 domain authority, go get listed there. Non-negotiable. So if you do all this, you have a good chance at ranking on top 10 for at least one or a few keywords within 90 days. I've seen that happen myself, so I can confidently say that. So you can go do this all yourself, or you can have us do it. This is what we do in, day out. If you have a business and you want to get all this done, get more traffic, get more qualified pipeline, make sure that you show up when people are searching for you. You can send me a message and we'll take a look at your site, see if we are a good match. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helped you. Bye-bye.